An 18-year-old is arrested in connection with a deadly crash that took place earlier this year. Jamari Sims of McChesney Park faces 2 counts of reckless homicide and 2 counts of aggravated street racing stemming from an incident January 16th. Investigators say at that time a crashed vehicle was found in the 600 block of North Mulford Road. They say the driver, 18-year-old Leslie Marina Rivera, and a 14-year-old girl were both killed. According to police, Sims turned himself in April 10th. He was released under pretrial requirements.